Hi guys, it's Daniella again and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm bringing you a first impressions on the Dose of Colours and Desi and Katy collection. So for this video, I'm going to be reviewing their palette, which is the Friendcation palette, and 3 lip items. I don't have the highlighter. I didn't really feel the need to buy it, but I will be trying all of the 4 products I have and giving you my opinions on them. In this review, I will not be sugarcoating anything. It's my money that I spent on these items. So if I don't like them, I will say so. If I think they're worth it, I will say so. I'm not going to sugarcoat it because they're YouTubers. So I am really excited about trying all these items. I really hope I like everything. I have quite high hopes, if I'm honest. I have seen reviews, unfortunately. I didn't want to buy it if they weren't good. I can't remember how many reviews I've watched, but I have watched reviews. But saying that, I can't remember what people said. I know people like them, but I can't remember specific things people have said. So don't think just because I've watched a few reviews that it's going to change my opinion. It won't. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. Anyway, so that's enough talking and let's get started. Hi guys. So I've already primed my eyes. I used my Tarte Shape Tape and then set it with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Powder. So this is what the palette looks like. And if you watch my recent haul, I spoke about how much I really like the packaging. And then this is what the actual palette looks like. I really like the feeling. It's like a textured feeling. It's like actual material. Kind of like the ABH kind of palettes where they're suede. This is actual material. Then they have a mirror inside, which I'm not going to show you because it will blind you. But then this is what the actual eyeshadows look like. The cost of this palette is £44, so not a cheap palette at all. Quite expensive if I'm honest. And I feel like Dose of Colours as a brand is quite an expensive brand. It's not a relatively drugstore or an affordable brand. It's more like middle ground, but not like high end. It's kind of like Kat Von D and Urban Decay. So the first colour I'm going to use is Necessary, which is this colour. And I'm taking this on my M573 brush. So there is some kickback, but not a lot. And I'm just taking this colour Necessary into my crease. I feel like this colour looks a lot darker than it is in the pan, but it's not. Because this colour is kind of showing up, but not really on my eyelids. So this is the 4th time I'm picking up the colour. I'm just trying to intensify it as much as I can. And it seems to be blending out fine. I'm not having any problems with it blending so far. So now I'm going in with the colour Churro, which is this shade here. And I'm picking that up on my brush. That colour is definitely pigmented and it picks up very well on my brush. And the brush I'm using now is the R39 by Morphe. And I'm also taking this in the crease and I'm kind of blowing it out a little bit. So then I'm going back in with Necessary, just to blend the edges. And now with a flat brush, like a really flat but fluffy, I'm going to go in with the colour Basic, which is just the basic colour in here. And I'm just going to put this under my brow bone a little bit. So now I'm going back in with Churro. And I am taking the colour Churro a little bit higher, just so when my eyes are normal you can still see it. So that's the eyeshadow so far. I don't have any problems so far with blending or patchiness or skipping, anything like that. Nothing's happening so far. So I don't actually know what colour to go in with, but I really want to swatch Just a Kiss. So I'm just picking some up. That's so nice. So that's Just a Kiss on my hands. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it is a really nice colour. It's like, it hasn't really got a colour base to it. It's just really like shimmery. It's got like gold specks in it. It's a really nice colour. So that's Just a Kiss. And that was a really light swatch. I didn't do a heavy swatch at all. So now I'm going to go in with Try Me, which is this colour here. That's pretty. And now let's try Dirty Money. Yes. So now I'm going to try A Moment. Oh man, that's a terrible swatch. I swatched Dirty Money and A Moment, but I swatched it on my knuckle, which isn't great. So now I'm going to go in with Game Over and I'm just going to swatch it on my hand. And I'm not doing heavy swatches at all. I'm doing really light swatches, but they're really pigmented, so that's good. So this one here is Girl Bye, and then this one here is Churro. So Churro is the one that I put into my crease and out V, and I really like that colour actually. And they're really pigmented. I'm going to now swatch Cheens. So that is also a very light swatch, and that swatched really well. I don't really care for swatches, if I'm honest. I don't really find that they translate onto the eye. Like, a swatch is just putting your hand in and then putting it on your finger. A swatch can be very deceiving in my opinions. Like something can swatch really well and then just be a crumbly mess on the eye, or just not work or not blend. So swatches are something that I don't really believe in, if I'm honest. So because I can't really figure out what I want to do like shimmer wise on my eyelid, I'm going to go off camera, just put like Necessary and Churro on this eye like I did for this eye, and then I'll be back to see if I can actually figure out what I want to do on the eyelid. So I'm back. So as you can see, I've done this eye and I literally was off camera for about 5-10 minutes, not even that, and these shadows blend so well. You don't have to put a lot of pressure or a lot of like blending into it. It kind of blends itself, which I really like. I don't feel like I've used a matte in ages that I've blended as easily as this. Like I don't know what it is. I don't know if this is all of Dose of Colours mattes, but this palette here, the two matte shades I've used, well the three because I use basic just under my brow bone, but they blend so effortlessly. Like I'm so gobsmacked. And now just for the sake of actually using more colour, I'm going to go in with the colour Cheens on a little brush. This is the Morphe E, it's rubbed off, it's the E18 I think. And I'm just going to put this on the outer V, just to darken the outer V up. So now with the same brush that I used for the colour Necessary, I'm just going to blend this out a little bit. I also noticed I have no fallout at all, and I also don't see any patchiness or skipping. I have not had any issues. I'm going to go in with Just a Moment. I think that's the colour that I want to use the most. I'm going to take my usual flat brush, which is the E32 by Morphe. I'm not wetting my brush. I'm just going in with the brush first and seeing how pigmented it is. My life, that's pigmented. Oh my god. It's picking up so well, and obviously I have got a little bit of fallout, but that's because I didn't wet it or have like a tacky base. I'm shook. I'm going to go in with a different brush to see how it packs up with this brush. So I'm going to go in with just a flat brush that I have. That really does pack a punch with both flat brushes. And now just for the sake of seeing how well it applies with your fingers, I'm going to go in with my finger. Oh wow. That packs such pigment. And it's so like, I don't know, has so many shimmers in it. It's so pretty. Wow, I really like that. Okay, so I'm going to go and do this eye. So also haven't wet the brush. So I'm actually going to wet my brush and see how it works with a wet brush. I'm just using the Morphe setting spray. I don't really like it wet as much. I do prefer it not wet and like with your fingers. And it hasn't got a lot of kickback in the pan. So I'm going to go in with the colour Churro just in my crease. Just because I took that colour quite high. Wow, I really like that so far. I need to stop making that noise. So obviously you can see that I've got fallout now. But nothing too bad. I can wipe it away. That's why I always do my eyes first. It is hard to take off because it has such like micro shimmers in there. So just for shits and giggles, I'm going to go in with colour Just a Kiss on top. Oh my god, that's like transforming the colour. Like the glitters. I don't know if you can see on camera, but it's so pretty. It just adds so much more dimension to the look. That colour Just a Kiss really did transform the shadow. I'm going to show you what Just a Moment looks like, and then Just a Kiss, and then mix them and show you what they look like. So here is Just a Moment, Just a Kiss. I don't know if you'll be able to tell. And then that is both of them colours mixed. Wow. It dulls down the blue, but it gives it such like a gold, purple, blue reflect. So now I'm going to mix Cheens and Churro and go into my outer V with it. I'm actually really impressed with the shimmers, really impressed. I'm quite picky with shimmers if I'm honest. Not that I'm picky, but I won't use a palette as much if it's got really crumbly shimmers, or if I have to really wet the brush or cut my crease just to make it intensified. But with this, I didn't have to cut the crease. Technically, I didn't even have to wet the brush, and I feel like when I did wet the brush, it didn't work as much. It kind of took away the like little specks of shimmer and like micro glitter in there, and I'm really enjoying it. I really like it. So this is what the eyes look like. So now I'm just going to go off camera, do the rest of my base, and then I'll come back to do my lower lash line and show you my lip products and what I think of the lip products. And yeah, so far, I really like this palette. I have nothing really bad to say at all. I don't have an excessive amount of fallout. The palette still looks clean. It doesn't look dirty at all. Like, the shimmers don't look like I've really gone in there so much. I don't know if that will make any sense, but with some palettes, you can really tell you've been in there, where with this one, you can't. So yeah, so far, I'm not disappointed that I spent £44 on it. So I'm going to go off camera, do the rest of my face, and then I'll be back. Hi guys, so I'm back. So as you can see, I've done the rest of my makeup, so now it's time for lower lash line. So now I'm going to go in with the colour Necessary on my lower lash line. So now I'm going with the colour Churro. And I am bringing this down a little bit further. I want my lower lash line to be quite smoky. Then going back in with Necessary just to blend this out. Now I'm going in with the colour Cheese and just keeping this on the outer part of my lower lash line and connecting it to the top. Just going to do mascara on my bottom lashes. Now for my inner corner highlight, I'm going to go in with Just a Kiss. This colour hasn't really got a base colour. It's more like glitter and shimmer, like micro glitter and shimmer, but it doesn't really have like a base color, which I actually like, and that's why I think it transforms other colors, because it hasn't got like a strong base. So now that I've finished my eyes, I'm going to give you an overall review on this palette. So I used 6 shades of this palette, and I've used more than half because it has 10 shadows. And my review on this palette is I really like the mattes. The mattes blended out so effortlessly. They wasn't hard to blend. They was extremely pigmented, creamy, really good mattes. Like, I don't think I've used a matte like this in a while. If anything, I don't think I've ever used a matte like these before. The shimmers I really like as well. Just a Moment was beautiful, and then when I did Just a Kiss, it was even nicer. I really like this palette. Let's talk about the price. It is £44. Do I regret buying it? No, I do not. And that's how I know if it's worth it for me personally. I feel like with this palette, you can create a lot more looks than the actual colours it has in here. So by mixing shimmers and mattes, you can create other colours. I personally don't feel like there's any colours missing in this palette, if I'm honest. I really like the fact that they have 5 shimmers and 5 mattes. The mattes they have in here are mattes that I would use a lot. I like the different tones in them. I like that they're not very cool toned or very neutral. They lean more towards warm, I would say, which I like anyways. For me, this palette was worth £44. Yes, it is steep, but for me, I know this palette will be something that I always reach for, even on days where I'm doing more basic looks. I feel like with this palette, I can go from day to night, or from like a lunch to a dinner or to a club. I can do that with this palette. I know this is a palette that is quite versatile in my opinion, and I feel like this palette will be something that if I'm traveling, I will bring this palette and only this palette. And yeah, like, I'm actually really impressed with this palette. It has met my high expectations. It hasn't let me down at all. So for me, yeah, it is worth £44 and I'm not disappointed at all. I do have to say that the names are kind of confusing. They're not in the way that you look at the palette, but as of right now, first impressions, I really like this palette. I have no problem with it at all. So the next product I'm going to talk about from this collection is the Liquid Velvet in My Main. So it looks like this. I'm not going to put a lip liner on at the moment. I'm just going to put this on and see how it works. Oh my god, it glides on. I can say that to you now. Okay, so this is the colour My Main, and I really like this formula so far. It literally glided on. It was opaque. I didn't have to go over it a lot of times. I can still rub my lips together and it doesn't feel flaky. It is a velvet finish, so it's not like a liquid lipstick that's matte. I feel like the colour is really nice as well. I really like the colour and I'm really happy I went with this one. So it is drying down and I don't really feel it on my lips. I don't feel like it's drying my lips out, and that's probably because it is a velvet finish. So over My Main, which is this colour that I'm wearing right now, I want to go in with their lip gloss, which is over the top. I am so excited about this lip gloss. So this is what it looks like, and it's just like a clear gloss, I think, but I'm not sure. We'll see. Oh my god, that's stunning. So that's the gloss right now, and I don't know if you'll be able to tell on camera, but it has got like little specks of glitter. When you rub your lips together, you can feel the glitter. It's not like really smooth, but it's nothing too intense. Now that I've removed that, I'm going to go in with their lipstick in Aftermath, and I really like this colour from Just a Bullet. I love this colour. I don't feel like I have a colour like this in my collection. Doesn't really go with the look, but I am so impressed with this lipstick. It is a matte, but it doesn't drag. It doesn't feel like it's overly drying. This whole collection, I'm going to be reaching for a lot. I feel like they smashed it. They really did that. They really did something. I'm just going to take this off and actually go in with my main. It suits more of the look than this one does. And now I'm going to line my lips with the NYX lip liner in Sugar Glass. Shall I see what over the top looks like just with this? This has got a really nice smell, but I don't know what it is. So this is what over the top looks like over my NYX lip liner in Sugar Glass, and this is what I'm keeping on. So I'm just going to give you a short recap. So out of all 3 lip products, my favourite is... I don't really have one. I like all of them, really. I really do generally like all of them. If I could recommend any of them, I would recommend all of them. But if you can only get one item, I would say Aftermath, purely because it would suit a variety of skin tones. But if you're more of a gloss like I am, Over the Top is a stunning gloss. Do you need it? No, you could probably find a gloss like this in the drugstore. So out of everything, am I disappointed in anything? No, I am extremely happy that I bought this collection. I know this is a collection that I am going to use a lot of. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you liked this review. I hope it was helpful. There will be more looks coming with this palette and the lip products. So yeah guys, I really hope you enjoyed this review. If you have, please remember to give me a thumbs up, some comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.